In today's Looking Further, we're asking, just how clever are human beings? To help me answer this, I've got two guests in the studio. Charles Bragg from the London Animal Rights Centre and Professor Nadia Abbas. Good morning to you both.
Hello.
Hi.
Nadia, what's your view? Are human beings really the most intelligent creatures on the planet?
As a lecturer in anthropology, I would have to answer yes. For many years, scientists and academics have carried out experiments which conclude that we are indeed the most intelligent species on the planet. We can understand abstract concepts and use an accumulation of knowledge to manipulate our environment. And of course, our use of language is second to none. But perhaps most important of all is our ability to reason, to have the kind of discussion which we're having right now.
But what you're saying has been proved historically is actually just an assumption by scientists. Just because we've always believed something doesn't necessarily make it true. I genuinely don't think scientists can be trusted on this issue because they quite simply never question their own opinions and assumptions.
Well, I agree with you on that point, Charles. Of course, our views and beliefs change over time, but nevertheless, the vast body of research proves that humans are the most intelligent species.
But Nadia, experiments are a reflection of the people carrying them out. Much of the research you're talking about was skewed by those scientists' existing views of human intelligence and was designed to support those views. When people have tried to analyse animal intelligence, they've always focused on a strictly human definition of intelligence. I mean, so what if a squirrel can't count to 10? Squirrels don't need to be able to count to 10.
I agree in part with what you're saying, Charles. Some of the qualities which we regard as essentially human, reasoning, language and so on, are just one form of intelligence. In fact, in some ways, it's perhaps meaningless to judge animal intelligence by human standards, but...
Well, there you are. It's a question of different degrees of intelligence. I mean, think about dogs. I was taking my dog out for a walk last week, and I was amazed that while most of the people were listening to headphones or not talking at all, he was picking up on the smells that other dogs had left. If that's not evidence that dogs have equally complex forms of communication, I don't know what is. My dog is very good at communicating his demands to me and getting me to do what he wants.
Well, of course, but that's a matter of conditioning. There's no comparison, though, between the way in which a dog communicates basic needs and the incredibly complex systems of verbal and written communication which humans have developed over thousands of years.
Well, let me give you another example. We know that killer whales have a rich and complex language. In fact, I was watching a TV documentary about it just last night. Dolphins have individual names based on whistle signals. That's proof that animals can communicate just as well as humans do.
OK, I think you're confused about what I'm saying, but let's leave language aside for the moment. The way in which we are able to accumulate knowledge and use that knowledge to manipulate our environment is key. This ability has even allowed us to send spacecraft to Mars.
But that's precisely my point. Animals don't want or need to go to Mars. But they also have incredibly complex systems which they use on an everyday basis. I mean, humans have travelled to the moon, but have they perfected a system of echolocation such as bats use? No.
I do agree that some research is leading us to question our assumptions about animal intelligence, but this still doesn't allow us to conclude that animals are equally intelligent. Let me give you an example. If we compare chimps and humans, when it comes to tasks which require social learning, like watching somebody else completing a task and then copying their behaviour, human toddlers are way ahead of chimpanzees.
Yes, but...
Charles, Nadia, I think this debate could probably go on for hours, but that's all we've got time for today. So we're going to have to leave it there.